Dearest Professor, Sir, it is with great preponderance and purpose that we submit this year's entry into the annual Boxing Day competition. We have found ourselves flatly floundering amidst fathoms of fortune this season, as our Father Farley's fabulous favorings have bestowed upon us great sums of wealth and what have you. It is at this juncture of joviality that I find it my duty to elucidate you with the staggering story of his demise. It was just this past August, dear sir, that he fell from his wagon and hit his head hard. He lay unconscious and uniformly unaware of life and his surroundings until our cousin's cat, Crustacea, came upon his protracted and prostrate person. Crustacea carelessly licked the lips of the old limey, for he was at one time a seafaring sailor, and callously cradled herself upon the coalesced center of his weighty whiskers for a little cat nap, as it were. Fortunately unfortunate, or miraculously maligned, it was Crustacea's dingy din of dampened dander that nearly suffocated old Farley right then and there. Whilst wildly wheezing and stammering succinct sounds of stress, Father managed to regain his rather regal wit and found his proper and preferred place back among the living. Whilst this news may bring a bit of benign relief, the mournful mounting of the main stave of the tale is only momentarily to unfold, for it was Crustacea's colorful carcass, as it was gladly gingered and succinctly striped, that had importunely managed to surrender a small yet sizable sachet of keister clippings. As fate would have it, poor Farley, in all his clamoring to regain rightful consciousness, had drawn deep and voluminous breaths with such vigor that he literally drew in the complete and colorful cache of fur. Unfortunately, the carrion-carrying clump of colorful cat hair did not impede Father's ability to breathe, and he miraculously managed to stand straight and walk away from the occurrence. Again, the story's satisfying yet sadly sobering finale has yet to be told, for it was over the Welsh week that waxed beyond that the following furrow was witnessed. Firstly, his skin acquired a tawny tinge, as if he had fallen in Indian Creek after the mud rains in March. Secondly, his speech began to twang like our Aunt Bessie's does. She's the one that lives in the bayou boat down south, neath the slippery elm tree that was planted by Sir Rothschild of Rottingham and Raleigh 100 years ago. Thirdly, on or near the third day after his rude reawakening neath Crustacea's crotch, he began to expel whistling wafts of the finest filament fur any person had the prosperity to partake. It was true, his S's and C's whistled wonderfully, upon which, at the very end of the exhorting exhale, a precocious pinch of perfectly feathery cat fur would waft into the air in front of his very eyes. All of the above went on over the course of 8 curious days, when suddenly old Farley grasped his chest and keeled over, landing sudden and straight as a board. The perfunctory percussion on the flat foundry floor forced an enormous exhale from Father, upon which floated a fabulous fountain of ginger-colored feathered fur. His last words were, "Free!" God rest his soul. Your friend and farm and family, Betsy Langford Turner Lewis, Flippin, Kentucky, 26th day of December, 1898.